previous video, we designed our LED flasher in the EasyEDA, and then we export the file, the top and bottom layer on the PDF format, and then we able to print it. So as you could see, I have the printed for the bottom layer that you see here. This is a bottom layer, and also whatever we design, I also print the top silk layer, which you could see. So in this section, we are going to use our design and make our PCB board. So before you start to do that, there is few things that you need to check. The first thing is you need to check the circuit, the bottom layer again, and make sure it is right, is match what we have on the circuit diagram. So the other things you need to check, here I set the width of the copper layer to 1 millimeter. So we don't have the PCB printer. We are going to use the normal printer to make the PCB board for that reason. So 1 millimeter should be at least the width of these copper track that we have. So you print the bottom layer and also the top layer we have on the printed on the paper. So the next things that you need is use the PCB specific or special paper. So this paper actually has one shiny side, and also the other side is not shiny. Okay, so we use this, somehow we use this paper to print, use the normal printer, print on this paper, then actually transfer that to our PCB board that we have. So this is the one side PCB board that I have, which is you could technically cut to any size that you want. So it should be matched on your design that you have. So see, before you start to design, so you need to make sure the size of the PCB board that you have is matched with what you already designed in EasyEDA. Okay, so here I printed my design. If you actually put on that, so you see it exactly match, and the size is fine, and their size is matched. So as you could see, we have just one side PCB, and we are going to print our design on this one side PCB board that you see here. So for starting, first we need to print the same thing. So that means we already print the bottom layer and also top layer on the normal paper. So what we need to do, we need to print the both on this specific PCB board paper. So that's easy. You just cut to the size that you need. So let I show here how we could. So here, so see, this is my size. I'm going to just put that a little up, that you see what I'm doing here. So as you could see here, I am cutting this PCB board special paper. Okay, so I cut it. So just check with what you have, which is, check with what I have here, should be, this size should be fit. And also I need the same size for the top side of my PCB. So I have actually two of them. So now I need to use the laser printer and the normal printer that we have, and print the same thing on these PCB paper. Okay, so that should be easy. Just be careful, the paper has two sides. One side is shiny and the other side is not shiny. The shiny side should be face to you. So I'm going to, this is my design on the normal paper. I just put this here, You could use tape to fix that over there. So I just fit in exactly the same place. And then I'm going to put this paper back inside our printer and print that again. So that means it's going to print the same thing on this specific paper. So this is for, so if you could actually see, I'm actually put this paper back inside the printer and definitely should be print the bottom layer on this specific paper. Do the same thing for top layer, okay? So here I have the top layer. So again, I use the specific or special paper. So just again, be careful, the shiny side should be up. So I actually put that here. Do the same thing, just use the tape to fix that on the location. So now I'm going to put these two paper back and print whatever I already have. Turn these two paper back and print it the same thing. So definitely this time the printer will be print on my specific PCB board. So let's do that. So as you can see here, I printed again. So this time the printer actually put our design, which is the top layer on this special paper. So the same thing for the bottom layer. So I printed. So this time it's actually print on the special paper that we have. So next we are going to actually use this and put that on our PCB board and give the heat. So using the heat, it's able to transfer whatever you see here on your PCB board. So let's do that. So now I have my design, which is the bottom layer of my PCB board, and also I already cut my PCB board and it is here. So it is better to, before you start the next step, you somehow clean your PCB board, and you could use the nail polish remover and clean the surface of your copper that you have. So as you could see here, so this is our special paper. We have the bottom layer on that. So somehow we need to transfer whatever we have on the paper to the PCB board, the copper side. So if we do that, you could actually just gently put whatever you have face on your copper, okay? So just make sure everything is lined up. So whenever everything is lined up, you could actually somehow fold the paper. So I fold this side, and also you could do the same for the other side, okay? So for fixing the paper, you could just use the small piece of the tape. So right now it's actually face on the copper side. So in the next step, we use the iron to somehow give the heat to this side, which you see. Even here, if you check, you're just able to see you actually have the right track on the surface of your PCB board. So I could see here everything is lined up. So the next step is just use the iron and give enough heat. That heat's able to transfer the printed bottom layer to your PCB board. So let's do that. So As you could see, I used iron, so I actually just put the iron on the paper, and you could actually gently press the iron that able to transfer heat. You should somehow put the iron in the maximum, which because you need to have the enough heat that able to transfer the bottom layer from the paper to PCB board. Okay, so you need to wait few minutes, and also you need to press the iron on your PCB board. So we actually wait few minutes, then we will actually go to the next step. Okay, so after you press with the iron, you need to wait a little bit that the heats will be go down. So then in the next step, you slowly open the paper. So here we have the tape, which is we need to take the tape out. So as you could see here, okay, so you open one side, which you see here. So then slowly you need to take the paper off. So as you could see here, it actually transfer the bottom layer to your PCB board. Okay, so you need to check everything, so everything should be lined up, and you shouldn't lose any section of these copper track that you have. So we are going to repeat the same process for the top silk layer, and we are going to transfer the same thing which we have here, which is the top layer, silk layer, that design, use the same process and transfer this to the other side of your PCB board. So let's do that. So you need to be careful whenever you want to do the same thing for the top side. So you should do this. So I already printed that on the specific or special paper. So just you need to make sure they are lined up, okay? So here, for example, I have the connector, the power supply is here, and my transistor is here, okay, Q1. So I put these in this direction whenever you actually put this on the paper. So definitely this Q1 will be matched with whatever you have here as a Q1, H1, and the Q2 is here, okay? So you need to make sure that line up, okay? So you put that here. Just make sure again the outline is line up. So if you put it a little up, so right now should be fine. Just again double check that and make sure that's line up. Then you could fold the paper. Okay, so this is the one side, this is the other side. So you need to fold the other side too, and the right side. Okay, then turn that around. So make sure you have everything here, and similar with the bottom layer, we use the iron and press that on our paper. Okay, so we will wait few minutes, then open the paper. Okay, after you give enough heat, with iron. So you are going to open that. So we just need to open that slowly and see what we have here. So we are going to open that slowly, and this is the reason. So as you could see, you are able to transfer whatever you had as a top silicon layer on the PCB board. So this is our final product. So you see here, this is the bottom layer, and if you go to the other side, this is our top layer that we have. Okay, so next you need to use the fabric chloride. So this is the fabric chloride. So as you could see, it's actually is a solution that we could able to keep these track. So as you could see here, all of them is the copper. So it's actually able to solve the all coppers that you see, and the track that we have, it's actually keep that tracks. So what to do that? So we actually put that inside this fabric chloride. So you just need to cover that. So then we actually wait a few minutes. So after a few minutes, we will check that. So whenever you actually the fabric chloride solve the all coppers that you have on your printed circuit board, then you could take that out and put it inside water. So which we do the same thing. So we actually put that in the water, and then we are going to wash our PCB board, which is you see here. So see, it's actually solved the old copper, but we have our tracks, and the other side is actually also good, right? So we are going to use the scrubber, dish scrubber, and scrub this side, which able to get rid of these ink that you see, the printer ink, and just have the copper track over there. Okay, so let's do that and see what we really have. So after you make and wash your backside, you actually end up the circuit like this, which is depend on if you have the nail polish remover, you could actually clean that more, and also you could use the dish scrubber, so you could actually try your best to get the more clean surface. So as you could see here, we have this, which is important section is this copper track that you see, which is give you a connection. Okay, so next step is making the hole. So as you could see here, we need to actually use the drill and drill these holes that you see in the backside that able to put the component and solder that on the board. Okay, so I'm going to use this small drill for drilling the holes. So just to show you how you could do that. So for drilling, just put the drill in 90-degree inside that hole. So then you push that and then start to make a hole. Okay, so see, this is one of them. I just do the few of them, so you could take care of the rest. So this is another one. Again, keep the drill 90-degree. So then turn on the drill. So you see you are able to make the holes. Okay. We continue to do that and make the holes, and then we start to solder. So we are done with the drilling. So as you could see, we actually made the holes. So that means this PCB board is ready to move to the next step. In the next step, we are going to solder all component on PCB board. So let's do that. So this is final product. So you solder all component on the printed circuit board, and then this is what you should end up, which as you could see is similar with what we did on the breadboard, but this time you design the PCB board and your circuit work on PCB board.